Hello everyone, my name is Wayne.
And I'm Rebecca.
And we are your Bourbon Journey. Well, it's that time of the month where we are going to pick the whiskey of the month.
Woohoo!
We have 4 candidates. For the most part, it's always been 4. There was one month we had only 3, but it's 4 today. And we're going to go over the 4 different ones that we will be attempting to pick that we think is the best one for the month. So Rebecca, go ahead and give us the finalists.
Yeah, I'm going to give you the finalists, a little scoop about each one, not a lot of detail, but they will be in alphabetical order. Our first candidate is Bomberger's Declaration, which is a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey by Michter's Distillery. It is a 4-year-old and is 108 proof. It was just released in July and its MSRP is $120. Our second candidate is Green River Wheated Bourbon Single Barrel, distilled at Green River Distilling. 70% corn, 21% wheat, and 9% malted barley. It's at least 5 years old, 117.6 proof, and its MSRP is $60. Our third candidate is Jim Beam Lineage Batch 2. It's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. The distillery is Jim Beam at the Booker No plant for this one. 77% corn, 13% rye, and 10% malted barley. It is 15 years old, but a blend of 15 and 20-year-olds. Its proof is 111, and its MSRP is $250. Finally, wrapping up our candidates today is Neeley's Family Distillery's Bottled and Bond 4-grain, which is a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey by Neeley Family Distillery, with a 63% corn, 17% oats, 8% wheat, and 12% malted barley. It is 4 years old, 100 proof, with an MSRP of $80. So we have some pretty great candidates today. They are Kentucky straight bourbon whiskeys across the board. 2 are your regular mash bill. 1 has a wheated mash bill and 1 is a 4-grain. So, but they are all bourbons. They're all pretty close on proof. Of course, the bottle and bond's going to be a little bit lower, and the age is a little bit over the map too.
Yep.
And obviously there's some price points that are around too. So the price points vary quite a bit. So we might see if the high price ones or the low price ones. We just don't know. Are the youngest or the oldest? We got all kinds of opportunities here today.
All over the gamut. So yeah. We're going to start this way.
Yep, A.
We're going to start with A.
And we're going to give you a little express kind of notes on this as far as our nose and our tasting. You will know what we're tasting, even though we do not. So let's see what candidate A is all about. That's got a
a lot of sweetness.
That's a lot of nose. I feel like there's a lot going on in this nose.
I was saying the same thing.
You know, sometimes you pick up a glass of whiskey and you're like, well, I kind of get something. I'm getting a little honey.
I would agree with honey.
Mm-hmm. I'm ready to taste it though.
Yeah, I am too.
Candidate A. Got a nuttiness to it. Nutty, that honey is still there. I mean, obviously we taste these this month, but I don't remember saying this about any of them, so this is gonna be a big surprise. But this one almost has a Honey Nut Cheerios thing for me. And I get that on anything we tasted this month, so that's interesting.
There's a lot going on. I know she said that, but there's a lot going on.
In a good way? You like it? I like it too. I do like it. Mm-hmm.
And by the way, there's a tremendous amount of legs now that I've set it down.
Oh yeah. Pretty much. If they didn't have good viscosity, they probably didn't make it into our final 4 for the month. Mm-hmm. So let's go on to candidate B. Boy, after that last nose, I'm not getting much on this one.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost unfair. I almost feel like picking up the other 2 to go back to this, whatever, because the nose is just so different.
Now, I am getting some cinnamon notes now.
That's funny you say that, because so am I.
And a little bit of sweetness. I feel like it's caramel. But the other nose kind of killed me because it was so deep. Most noses aren't that deep. So.
I get more of a confectionery sugar.
Oh, okay.
Not a bad nose, but
I mean, it's
almost unfair compared to the first one.
but who knows about the palate? So,
Oh, absolutely.
cheers to tasting candidate B.
B.
Now I really feel the confectionery sugar on the palate.
Confectionery sugar, there's cinnamon, maybe a small hint of brown sugar, and a lot of legs on it. By the way.
I was going to say maybe a small hint of citrus. Very light, very light. But the confectionery sugar and the cinnamon, quite good. Wow, that's a good one too. We go through and make very initial total point notes, but they get adjusted a couple of times as we go through. But I do try to rank them a little bit as I'm going if I like that one better than the previous one or something. So
becomes our palate. We're going to go to glass C.
Yep. See what its nose is offering. This is darker. I'm almost getting a light oak note on this one.
I almost feel like the nose on each one is getting lesser after the first one. There is brown sugar in here, maybe a little vanilla.
And I'm getting a hint of oak too, sweet oak on here. I don't get that very often on the nose.
It's not a bad nose.
It smells, I don't know, more mature perhaps.
Well, let's go ahead and taste it. C.
Cheers. I'm getting a nuttiness there too. So that's a couple of times I've gotten a nuttiness.
There's citrus here.
I'm getting some brown sugar to go with those nuts. It's almost like brown sugar covered nuts that have been roasted. It's kind of nice.
But I think that like you were picking up sort of wood on the nose. I'm picking up a little citrus on it in the palate.
I am getting some oak notes on this one.
I'm gonna take another quick sip. And the legs are pretty good on this.
Because so far I haven't disliked it for.
I would agree.
Yeah, that's problematic.
Well, it's kind of good because it means that at least we were picking some good stuff this month. It wasn't a month.
And we did have a really good month. You saw the lineup, and you know what we're drinking, so it's going to be tough. Let's go on to candidate D.
Okay, let's get my shaky hand over here. Oh, there's a lot of sweetness in this guy. It is vanilla.
Almost like a vanilla custard or something.
Very rich vanilla.
Yeah, it's kind of luscious. We don't have anything finished in French oak, or I would say that I'm smelling French oak because that's kind of what I'm getting on it. But we don't have a finish of that.
French vanilla is a kind of a good call because it's not like your standard vanilla,
it's
like a vanilla pudding.
Mm-hmm.
It's a higher type of a vanilla,
like a really rich French vanilla custard. That's just. I'm imagining what it's going to feel like in my mouth.
And it's a soft sweet, but that's really the only thing I'm getting.
It's not spicy.
Oh no. So really, to be honest, so far none of these have been spicy.
Well, let's taste candidate D.
D. Okay, that was a lot different. There's a lot of wood notes. There's nuttiness. I would say there's black pepper. This is the darker
of the three.
If you're talking about the Jedi Knights, this is your Sith Lord. Because it's definitely much different.
And we like a deep dark bourbon. I mean, sometimes that's what we really gravitate toward, and sometimes we like a really sweet popping one. It depends on our mood that day. It's going to be hard to select which is the best whiskey of the month.
Well, right now with what I wrote down it's
really tight. Mine's really tight.
Yeah.
Like I have like a 3-way tie.
Well, I have.
You don't have to tell the number. Let's not tell the numbers.
I won't, but basically separated by 2 points.
Yeah, overall mine's separated by 1. Because I have a lot of ties going on.
Okay.
So, which one do you like so far the most, without saying what points they are? Who did you give the highest score to?
A.
I did too. I gave it to A. But I'm only 1 point off on the other ones. They're so close.
So this is going to come down to all this and doing another retaste. And this is a possibility this might flip. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is pretty close. This is a pretty good close.
So now we're going to go and just evaluate the nose to really think, 1 through 4, what is our ranking of the noses? And we're going to fast forward for you, and we'll come back as soon as that's completed.
Great.
We're back. So we've snipped away, try to see what we like. So we're gonna go through. I'll let you go first this time on the nose.
Okay.
So you don't have to give a ton of detail, but what was your favorite nose?
A, not even close. A, and then D was second. Then it was really a coin toss between B and C. I went with B as my third and C as my fourth.
We're a little bit off, but they're kind of close. So I selected C as my first nose. There was something about it that was just singing to me. I had A as my second. That was your first, right? So yep. That's going to put them really close together. Third place for me was D, and fourth place was B. But again, not a bad nose. Mm-hmm. It was just what was kind of making my face smile when I was smelling it, I guess, So that we won't adjust any scores at this point in time, but now we're going to do a deeper taste to see what the ranking is on the taste, overall. So we're going to probably sip a few times, and of course, fast forward for you so you're not here as long. So we'll be back. We're back, and I'll share what my taste ranks were. And again, it's what my palate's telling me today. I could do this tomorrow and it'd be completely different. So first place for me was A. Second place was C. Third place was D. And fourth place was B. And some of them were very close for me, but that's the way my ranking came out. And how about you?
I had a really tough time, but it basically is in alphabetical order. A, B, C, and D. Oh,
that's funny. So, there you go. So the final thing we're going to do, perhaps, depending on how we turn it out, but is we're going to taste again. We can, write some more notes, and we're going to really want to focus on the finish. So this will take a little longer. So we'll probably triple or 20 times fast forward this one. So we'll be going really fast because we want to really check out the finish and give a last impression of each of these terrific spirits, because they're all good. Mm-hmm. And I feel guilty putting anyone in last place because it's really, there's not a bad one in the group. So I just want to make sure. So we're going to go through and do that, and we'll be back in a few. Okay, and that gives a chance to really taste it again, as well as decide what length the finish was, how pleasant the finish is, what we're liking or maybe not liking about it. So I'll start with Wayne this time. If you'd like to share your 1 through 4 order on the finish.
Okay, well, for me, A had the best finish. For second, it would be C. Then B is third, and D is fourth.
Okay, I'm very different from the finish perspective. So I had C number 1 because I thought it was the longest finish that really gave me the most on the finish. Second place, I went with D. So I'm kind of hanging out down here for the finish. I went with A as my third place finish. I love the way it felt and tasted, but it just wasn't very long. As much as I love B, and every time I taste it, I'm like, I love that, but it didn't have a very long finish. It was probably the shortest finish for me. So now we probably need to go and see if we're going to take just a quick moment to see if we would adjust our original scores any, and that'll give us a chance to determine if, when we come back, if we have a ranking or I need to do a tiebreaker. So we'll be right back. Okay, we'll see if we have a decision or not. So I'm going to say I had A initially at 92 and I kept it at 92. What did you have for A?
A, I had it at 95. Initially, I had it at 93 and I bumped it up to 95.
I initially had B at a 91 and I bumped it down to a 90. So what did you have for B?
B, I had it at 92 and I originally actually had it at 91. I bumped it up a point.
Okay, so 2. And then for C, I went up. I had a 91. I moved it up to a 93 because it scored pretty well. It was 1 or 2 on everything. What did you give C?
I actually dropped it. I originally had a 92 and I put it at 91.
So see, we're not agreeing today at all, which is kind of fun. And let's talk about D. I had it at 91 and ended up keeping it at 91.
I actually dropped it. It was at 92 and I dropped it to 90.
90? Mm-hmm. So I do think we have enough of a differentiation to call the score. So I think we have it. So we will. Oh my goodness, I'm excited. So I hate it when we have to have a tiebreaker because it's better if we agree somehow with our point distribution for what we want to do. So in 4th place is Sample D. Sample D is number 3.
I'm curious
what
this one is.
This is our most expensive bottle.
Wow.
It is the Jim Beam Lineage. Came in last place. And that's really interesting. It's 111 proof. And, you know, I do remember that one is a $250 bottle. We really love that one, but I don't think it wasn't playing as well with the others today, probably. I'm stunned. So that's a little shocking to me.
It's definitely the heaviest oak. Myself, I'm really surprised because I'm somebody that really likes Lineage a lot.
We stood in line for this puppy.
We stood in line for it. We got the original version of it, loved it. We reviewed it, really liked this. There was something about it, and it may have been the fact of how it played with the other 3.
It is the oldest by far. Well, but I think, you know, all of our none of our scores were under a 90. So, I mean, I think there's no bad bourbon here. It's just that today, probably its age statement, the oakiness of it, it's a very mellow sipper. It wasn't standing out as a heavy player, right? I think that's how I would categorize it because I love Lineage being just, it's a really relaxed sipper. It's 111 proof. And it's got those age notes. It's 15 years old. It's blend of 15 and 20, if I recall. But, you know, you've got that 15-year age statement on it, so it's got more of the oaky notes on it. I did have a lot of nuttiness on this one and oak. Mm-hmm. So I'm not totally surprised it was a Jim Beam product, but we have a couple things that are a little nutty. All right, so let's go to number 3, which is B.
B. So
I don't know who that is.
I'm gonna sip some water.
Number 2, I'm a little surprised, but there were some notes that made me think it could be a wheated bourbon. So it's the Green River wheated single barrel, and it hit on a lot of notes. I mean, it came out with a 91 score, so it is darn good. And this is only their 2nd release of a single barrel for a wheated. So, and as far as price point goes, this is a $60 bottle. Beating out Lineage is pretty solid. It's a really great bourbon. I mean, it's super. If you like a wheated single barrel, I think you need to check out the Green River single barrels. Oh yeah. With their because they're cast strength, you know, barrel strength. They're single barrels, okay. And you need to check them out because for $60, you know, there's a lot of regulars out there that are a lot more expensive than that, and this one's really solid. Anyway, let's continue on with our 2nd place, which is going to you guys already probably figured it out, but we need to know. So our 2nd place is C, and that is 1. Okay, well, this is kind of interesting. Bomberger's, the 2025 release, came in 2nd. And let's just say 2nd place is not a terrible thing because that will go into a playoff to get into our finals for the year, into our whiskey of the year. We just got that on a recent trip. Actually, the same day we got Lineage.
Yes. We
were able to pick up Bomberger's when we were on a little excursion. And actually, it's the same time we got the wheated too, wasn't it?
Yes.
These 3 bottles we acquired the same day. That is really funny.
Right now I honestly am in a little bit of shock. I don't mind Michter's, but
I love the Bombergers this year, though. I think it was my favorite Bombergers they've had in years.
The Bombergers is really, really good.
Yeah.
And it still surprises me what it beat out here, but it is a really, really good one.
Yeah, it's fantastic. As you know, now we know because there's only one left. So A is number 4, which is Neeley Family Distillery. And that is their first foray into doing a bottle and bond. And it is a bottle and bond 4-grain. And honestly, we've loved their 4-grain forever. Anytime they have a 4-grain out when we visit their distillery, we always buy the 4-grain. And the fact that they made their bottle and bond a 4-grain is just pretty fantastic. It is amazing. If you don't have this, I highly recommend you picking this up.
It is also the very first one that Rebecca Neeley had a hand in. This was
blending
kind of
and such.
With blending and stuff. This is her puppy. The 4 grains, they just come through. I have a barley thing, and I could pick up the barley right away, and it's a really good one. I also find it funny looking at the bottles. It's finished in a height order.
That it is pretty funny. I mean, for me with the Neeley 4-grain, what stands out to me every time I drink it, and I had a gut feeling it might be it, because Royce uses oats in his 4-grain, and that is highly unusual because oats are not easy to play with.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I drink their 4-grains, I feel like I'm having a breakfast bourbon, is how I like to call it. And there was one point that Honey Nut Cheerios, I was thinking, perhaps this could be the 4-grain. That was the hint for me, was it might be a Honey Nut Cheerios, but funny, if you go back to our video when we review this, I did not get Honey Nut Cheerios that day. So I really didn't think it was that, so I had no idea. But these are all 4 outstanding. I wouldn't give any one of them up. If I had to say you couldn't have one, I'd say, yeah, fight me for them because I love them all. But you just never know how the blind's going to turn out. And there you go.
Biggest shock to me is the last place finisher.
Yeah,
I would have never expected Lineage to finish 4th, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, it's really good, but that shocks me.
I will say that the Green River that was coming in, it did have those confectionery notes going back. I should have guessed that was a wheater. I didn't. These two tasted similar in a lot of ways. I thought Bombergers and Lineage were doing some similar things, and they had some similar notes. But I wasn't even trying to figure out which one they might be, because that makes it more stressful.
The only one I knew that the Neeley's one was in. The other I actually kind of forgot. And I'm glad, and I didn't
because we've been so busy this month since we tasted these. We tasted these pretty early in the month, so we haven't had them for a while. Yeah, literally, we have not had them for a while, and we waited purposely this month to do the whiskey of the month later, so we kind of forgot what they tasted like.
Probably my biggest shock, honestly, is Bombergers.
I might have thought they would have swapped.
I really...
Right? I mean, based on our taste preferences, I might have thought they would have swapped.
That would be the biggest shock. It was a really good tasting, and they're all excellent. There's nothing wrong with any of them.
But again, every score is over 90.
Right. Oh, yeah.
So there's not a single score in the 80s, so that's pretty great. And so let's go ahead, and I'm going to toast with the winner.
Well,
why not?
With Royce, Rebecca, the gang out there, you have a winner here, and we always enjoy going to see you at the distillery. Cheers to you. Hope you like what we do. If you do, hit the subscribe button. Always remember to drink responsibly. And for this month, go ahead and make sure to check out and drink Neeley's. Cheers.
Cheers.